A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today I'm very excited. You know who I have in the house? The British poet, Carla Kennedy, all the way from Brick City, New Orleans, and she's here in Jamaica to launch her big new book, The Day I Prayed by Candlelight. Carla, welcome to the People's Forum.
Thanks.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing real good.
Enjoying Jamaica?
Oh yes, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Okay.
Yes.
Carla, tell us a little bit about the young Carla Kennedy. Who is Carla Kennedy?
Well, you know, I'm a kind and loving person. I have a big heart, and I have a lot to give back. You know, I grew up. I had a nice life with my parents, and I graduated from L.W. Higgins High School, and I went to California. I moved to California with my kids, with that dream in mind. But the book hadn't come to my vision yet. So I tried other things. I was with the music and stuff. So I.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean you're with the music and stuff? You thought about singing?
I was writing. I sung a little bit, but mostly blues, like.
Okay.
And so I wrote a lot of songs I still got just tucked in the book. And I wanted to write poetry then. Then I didn't have what I thought I had to write the poetry till 2002.
All right, stick up in. Because she said she was into singing blues and so on. See, my channel is a very exciting channel. So I want to hear a little bit of that bluey Carla Kennedy. You remember anything about back in the day? Just give me something from that bluey sound.
Oh, I got I'm talking about them country hoes who wanna be in videos. I'm talking about them voodoo queens downtown in New Orleans.
Hey.
I was talking to Miss Ruby Ray, and this is what she had to say. The freaks are at the corner store.
Little Carla Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. Now she's a big bad British poet. She had me rocking in the morning. So Carla, so you started that and you figured that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So you wanted more from the industry.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I always wanted to write poetry, and I remember I was younger and my brother had a girlfriend, and she used to write the most loving and beautiful poetry, and I used to take it and mimic and act like I wrote it, but it wasn't mine. I used to, because I was a little girl, I wanted to write like that, and I couldn't. But 2002, I went back down to New Orleans and stayed a while, and I stayed in my grandparents' house, where I watched my grandfather build it from the ground.
Wow.
And one day, a friend of mine come. Actually, he's my cousin. His name is Keith Griffin. He come, and I came from Memphis, Tennessee to check on his mom because she was sick. And we was out there talking, and he said something, how hard it was. And the first thing I said, hold up, wait. My soul is handcuffed and shackled to a stone. And I ran in the house.
That's one of the first words you said?
That was the first, and I ran in there, I said, hold up, I got a thought. I ran in the house, and that was the first poem that I ever written, and it opened a dam, and I seen the pain in my people eyes.
Oh, wow.
You know, so,
you remember it?
Yeah.
Give us a little piece of that early stuff.
My soul is handcuffed and shackled to a stone. These fighting demons won't leave me alone. Angels came down and used their wings as swords. Picture my soul just won't rest. It's like a hurricane or a tornado twisting in my chest. Yesterday, tomorrow have no warranties. Man is trying to kidnap my knowledge to make me suffer. Why should we cry? We feel no pain. And
you got me riveted right here already.
Yeah, it's been a long
while. That sounds pretty
good.
good.
That was the first one I wrote.
So you was on your way then when you found out that you executed that very well, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, and then after that, it opened something within me, and all the memories as a kid, remembering the memories as a kid in that house, made me want to write more, because I remember. It started to let me remember. Okay, this is the imprint of your family. That's the rest of the places is all gone, so it's like my history being erased. Okay. You know, when I went back, so I had to take something from there. And then after that, probably about 6-7 months, I went back to Los Angeles.
Wow.
And I tried again. I was going to different places, went to prisons. I seen grown men break down and cry because I'm reciting poetry. And I mean, it's like, what do, what my voice have? What I have? And one lady told me, you're special, that's why.
There's this power in your voice.
I'm like, oh, but I can't even look at a person. Look them in the eye, and it took a few years before I could develop and let them know, look, I exist. This is who I am. Accept me for who I am. I'm a black woman in America, struggling.
That's it. Ain't no wrong with it, Carla, because guess what? This is what this program is all about. This program is a motivational program, a program that tells you that, hey, no matter how humble or rough your upbringing was as a kid growing up, you can excel. And Carla is right now at the top of her game. She has a book of poetry out, and she also has a hardcover book out, which is tremendous. Most people only thought of these ideas, and it never ever materialized. So Carla, it's beautiful, and she's very emotional. So it tells you of the sincerity in whatever she does, because I'm a little bit teed up too. So Carla, after you pass that part and you start having your children, what happened after that? Did it slow you down a little bit? Because you said it took you 14 years.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that little piece of hair.
Well, when you're a single mother and you living to just survive, you wasn't really existing in that moment, and I'm emotional about it because it's a journey that I went on that I could share with other people and let them know, look where I'm at now. I had courage enough to say, okay, I got a voice. My ancestors give me a voice. In some type of way, I got to be heard. I need to be heard. It's not that I want to be heard. I need to be heard because it's plenty young women out there that need somebody to redirect them in a better direction where they can say, okay, damn, I do deserve something better. Not just because the color of my skin or I'm not good enough for society. I can do better. I deserve better. You don't have to get a man. That's why I wrote The Streetwalker. You don't have to get a man to come and validate you and tell you you worth something. No, look in the mirror. You're beautiful. All of you are beautiful.
Beautiful.
And I try to push that on people. And I realize some people, when I push it, they tell them, hey, beautiful. They don't know how to accept it. And I was in that place one time before. I'm glad for somebody to tell me, oh, Carla, you look so beautiful. And it's like, oh, I know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is me. This is what my mother and my father created. So you have to accept me.
What's your mom's name and your father's name?
My dad is Carl Kennedy and my mom Patricia.
Both of them alive?
Yeah.
Carl Kennedy, I want to big you up.
And Patricia.
And Patricia, I want to big you up because you have given us here in Jamaica a shining light. So other young Jamaican women with teen pregnancy and all the stuff, just the other day a young girl was arrested with a firearm because she was associating with the wrong people. So things can happen to you. So when Carla Kennedy decided to come all the way to Jamaica to do her book, it is a godsend for all of us, not just for me, but for the rest of Jamaica. Your book took you to Barbados or Trinidad, was it? Your book took you to Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Tell us a little bit about your experience in Trinidad.
My experience in Trinidad, the island, they had beautiful people, but I didn't feel nothing, no connection to the island. And, but I mean, everything else was amazing, but I just didn't feel that connection. So I sit there and I say, before I go back to the U.S., I have to finish this book. I have to. But I got to a point where I was so frustrated, and I thought about it. If I could give somebody else all my time, why I can't take time to do something for myself? So I say, you know what? I'm not coming out this room. I'm not leaving the house until I finish it. And my friend, she made sure she come, Carla, you writing? You writing? Carla. So I gotta love them for that because they encouraged me. And she the one told me I hadn't did poetry in a long time, and because I'm working all the time, 2-3 jobs, trying to
make it ends meet.
Yeah. So she told me, Carla, you gotta get where The Perfect Portrait of the Man Chosen by God. You got to do that one. I've been promising to do that one. And I say, you know what? When I do the book launch, I'm going to do that one. But she made me go out. Come on, Carla. And she's suffering. She's younger than I, and diabetes is took over her eyesight.
Wow.
And so imagine her out there, and we by a canal where the alligators and stuff came in the man's house when it flooded.
So she can't even tell if alligators did.
She can't tell. They could have ate me up. But she was so determined because she heard something that I know I had, but I didn't really hear. And then when I sent you the friend request, I didn't know who you was. I was just trying to build up my fan page and all that stuff there. What
that is, though, it's an intervention by the Almighty God, because we don't connect like that on Facebook. There's a lot of dangerous people on Facebook. So when she sent me that friend request, I wasn't sure if I wanted to accept this friend request. So I said, let me talk to you personally. I wanted to see who is this person sending me this friend request. And normally she told me later on that she's not into that. It's just something that came over her, that spirituality that came over her, that made her do that. And I'm very happy that she did, because look at the end results. So we talk. I told her, I said, Carla, I'm a motivational speaker. I've given a lot of young people hope. Most of them are stars, okay? And I said, Carla, you can do it. You can do it. And guess what? We're going to even make it big and massive. When you completed that book like you did, and get all your publishing together, we're going to launch the book from Kingston, Jamaica. And she said, wow, because these things are, you know, like far-fetched to a lot of people. I wonder if this person on the internet is taking me for a ride. But when she saw that I was Marcus Garvey prone, because the Honorable Marcus Garvey taught me well on how to help each other, to build our own, do for ourselves, self-reliance, and do it for each other in the black race is the greatest thing that one could ever do. So when I told her that she was going to launch a book in the biggest way, I meant that from the depths of my heart. And ladies and gentlemen, with help from my friend Nerun, Aisha Kamusa Menelik, we worked tirelessly to make this right. And I said, when she comes to the airport, I want that welcome to be as big as she is, because that's how it is, Carla Kennedy. So with that out the way, Carla, tell us a little bit more now about your book. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the People's Forum. We're going to get into the mind of Carla Kennedy. And as you can see, we have two books here. One is The Day I Prayed by Candlelight, and of course is a book of poetry, Letters to the World, because in the world are my daughters. And this is authorized by a British poet. Now I was going through this book, and I kind of like this one about my identity. It goes like this. My identity has been changed because the war inflicted scars of my life. I moved from coast to coast and place to place, carefully calculated my footsteps, contributing to controlling criticism, deceived me from fully developing my life. My identity has been changed, so has my rights. My flesh has been hued, my skin been colored, my voice has been changed, my footsteps needed more auxiliary to move. Predated things were predicted by unknown predictors that almost led me to suppression. My identity has been changed. Occasionally, my mind is occupied by my old identity. My acquaintances are a convenience that my behaviors and my system is similar to a psychopath. Know that my identity has been changed. This is powerful. Look, there's a beautiful picture of her in the back. And of course, this is wonderful. How this came to be?
Well, that book came to be, I had, like I told you, 2002, I started writing, I was at the house, my grandparents' house, and the first poem I wrote was that of my soul, and then the dam broke. And I wrote most of them down in New Orleans before I left to go back to California.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a whole lot. Yeah, I'm looking at almost how many poetries in this book here?
I think it's about 72. I think.
72. That's a lot of mind and a lot of writing.
And
she's dedicated. And as I see here, I just love the way it's done. It feels good. The book is sturdy. If you look inside the leaves, you'll see it's unusual because most things the reverse, white and black. is different.
Yes.
You know, look at it. Because you see where the foundations are, black is the base of everything. Carla, tell us a little bit about the day I prayed by candlelight.
This book is based on a true story. It's after 30-some years, she go back to bury her mother to a place that she vowed never to return to. But deep down inside, she still was lusting for the truth. She needed the truth about her life so she could move forward. And so, as a child, we used to hear the sayings that people can hunt you from the grave. So every door that she opened, searching back into the past for her truth, led her back to the grave to her mother, Sugar Rose.
Okay.
You know, so she asks for reparation, you know, and she's looking for acceptance from her family and looking for forgiveness as well. But the first thing, she had forgotten to forgive herself. So she had to learn to forgive herself, and then realize, okay, if they accept you and forgive you, then it shall be. If not, you know, she forgave herself, and taking her back, she take you back in time in the book to how she got to where she was 30 years ago.
It's a beautiful book. I need everybody to go on Amazon. How can we get this book? Go on Amazon?
Amazon.com, or you can go at Solomon, the
publisher?
The publisher, Solomon and Makita Publishing. You can log on to them. They have a shopping page on Facebook. They have also a website, Solomon, Solomon and Makita Inc. It is, and you can get the book.
How can people get in touch with you?
I have some social media sites. I have the British Poet page. I also am on Twitter, on Amazon. You can reach me, you know, and find out my whereabouts and my updates on my sites.
Wow, this is so wonderful. So I want all of my fans to, you know, a lot of people have been asking about how they can get the book. You all know how you can get this book. I want this to be a bestseller. So we're rooting from it. Because guess what? We launched this book from Jamaica, where Jamaica is classified as the melting pot. And as I speak about the melting pot, I want to ask Carla, why Jamaica though? Because the crime rate is so high. 1,618 people were actually killed in 2017. And we're up to almost 200 in 2018, and we're still in the month of January. Now the United States of America has issued to its citizens an advisory telling them if they don't have to come to Jamaica, stay clear and stay clear of certain people in certain places. So why did you come? Being advised by your government that it is dangerous down here for you.
Because I had to come back. I know it had to be something spiritual, a spiritual connection to this place, but I had to come back. I had to come here and do this. You know, I know it was part of my my ancestors doing, and I wanted to come and give some hope to the people. You know, let them know, look how far I came. Look at my journey. You know, I'm here to tell them, okay, it'll be okay. You just gotta make it okay. You know, you have to make it okay. You have to wake up with a different mindset and say, okay, I'm gonna try again today. You can't give up. You can't, like I keep telling people, you can't let the light go out and get dim.
Get dim, but don't let it go out.
You can't, and all these tears I'm crying, it got me swimming.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It got me swimming.
I like that.
Yeah, it got me swimming. I'm telling you, it got me swimming. You know, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think Big Stone Records and Productions, I think Haru, I think Miguel, I think everybody, even the people at the club, I thank them because y'all giving me an opportunity to let people see who I really am as a person, and not just buy my book, but go in and see the experience, how she's coming out of it, how she learned to forgive herself. You know, everybody needs to be loved. Everybody needs to be loved. And Jamaica is a place where I'm feeling the love. I never felt this kind of spiritual connection before in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go out and get that book, okay? The Day I Prayed by Candlelight. I want to thank you very much, Carla. But before I thank Carla for being on my program, I want to thank the people that have helped me to bring this great woman to Jamaica. I want to thank the people from Reggae City Sports Bar and Lounge, located at 34 Camp Road in Kingston. I want to thank John Thompson, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, from Forever Young Sports Bar at 48 West Street, downtown Kingston. I want to thank Rod Deal and Imara, and of course Wani, Veta the Principal, Darwin St. Arbin, all the poets. Oshun, you was magnificent. Yes. I want to thank you very much for coming out and doing your thing as a poet yourself and giving some richness to this great historical event. But I'm going to put Carla on the spot because everybody got a book and I didn't get one, so I want you to sign this one. So I'm going to call my Jegna over here. Everyone come over here with that pen that you've been waiting for. That's my Jegna. Let's go kneel and let them see your face in the camera. That's my Jegna right there. Yeah. And we're going to close it with him right here. I want you to autograph. You can put it right on the soldier right there. And this is going to be the desk. Because this is my teacher, ladies and gentlemen, and each and every one of you should get someone that is knowledgeable, that cares about people, human beings, and so on, and learn from that person. I'm not saying try to avoid negative people, but if you can, stay as far as the east is the west from them, because you need people who are in a better position than you to motivate you and to help you uplift your dreams. So I want to thank Eru again. Big up my Jegna. And thank you. This is my book, and this book is going to go universal. This is going to be a bestseller. And anything Big Stone touch, that's exactly what it is. Carla,
thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me, because guess what? There's too much fake people out there in the world. So when we can still be truthful and true to our words and do exactly what we say we're going to do, because if you can't do it, don't tell people that you can. Right? But if you can, do what you do and do it from the depths of your heart and put more than 100% into it. Carla, I wish you all the best. And I know the movie's coming out. I need a doorman position in this movie. Thank you once again. Right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The People's Forum of Industry with Carla Kennedy. And I'm going to read my book tonight. The Day I Prayed by Candlelight. Thank you very much for watching.